think we're ready to start cooking. Welcome. No, please join me. You're interrupting my early dinner, but I'm always happy to share my little campfire. What brings you up this way? I was just about to boil some soup, if you're interested. Courtesy of Dillinger, the baker. He's ruffled up some bread rolls for us too. I've tasted them. I don't know if they would be what's considered healthy, but Dillinger's food is otherworldly, seemingly sometimes. Of course, it's a beautiful chicken broth. I get it whenever I can. Now I come up to Breeze Vale when I finish my shift a couple of times a week. I like to cook a little food. I fold up my chair and my table and I drag it up here. No, I pilot low breeze airship that you might see floating past us every 5 or so minutes. You're familiar. The valley behind me, it's peaceful up here, quiet, serene. But the updraft from the valley makes piloting perilous. We're well looked after, but I'm a simple man with simple pleasures. But it would be my honor for you to join me today. Are you here by mere happenstance or interesting? A proposition? Yes, I have been known to charter select commissioned airships, yes, depending on the ship and the cargo. Let us cook us up some soup, then we can talk business. Dillinger will have my behind if I don't cook it while it's still fresh. No, it's a simple pressurized gas cylinder. It slots into a burner. Indeed. It's not particularly impressive, but there's something to be said for cooking your own food. It's a simple spring-loaded valve. Give me a second, I'll get it loaded. If you don't mind my asking, how did you know that I was up here? I only finished an hour ago, and it takes me that long to haul all the stuff up here. Yes, I know him. He's a curious man. Dillinger, I actually used to know a long time ago. He was a mercenary in the Halakian Wars, the Clay War. He was a very brave man. I had it relatively easy as a pilot. We flew in Dillinger and I were together for a long time, and now he bakes bread and makes soup, and I'm still piloting. I have no issue with him telling you where I would be. I can handle my own affairs. Give me a moment to light the fire. If you're of a mind, we'll have some soup and I have some beautiful beef rounds. Gorgeous food. I assure you, this broth tastes like home. It has more flavor than any soup, broth, hot stew that I've ever had. He's an interesting man. Let me light my fire. Preload the canister, and then we light. Good. I'll pop the soup on. It won't take too long. Now, tell me more about this charter ship. Or I'm quite curious. Interesting. The Kimset. I haven't piloted a Kimset in a very long time. It's a heavy airship. What kind of tonnage are you looking to take? Interesting. I thought they had disappeared after the Clay War. Interesting. And the crew? 4 won't be enough. For a Kimset, you need at least 8. If you fly with a skeleton crew, you can expect skeletal results. Little pinch of salt. Well, you have the map. Flying across that region is in its own. Looking for nothing, flying in the region is a death sentence. perhaps. I actually know the man that designed the Kimset. His name was Treyarch. He was a merchant for a long time. And one day some sky pirates took everything he had. He was married to beautiful kids. He used to trade textiles, fine silks. I believe we're almost done. It doesn't take long with this gas. Beautiful. A few more minutes and I'll serve you a bowl. Treyarch was a brilliant mind, and the Kimset, while not his crowning achievement, was a milestone. The largest hull any vessel had seen. Could be manned with as little as 8 pirates. Pirates were destroyed by it. It was armed with 6 cannon, 3 aft, 3 port. It's an interesting ship. Treyarch's surname was Apple Sky, and the joke was shooting an apple out of the sky. We have a little gentle boil. Well, a team of 4 flying on a Kimset. What's the cargo? Of all the places you can go treasure hunting, why there? And why with a ship as large as the Kimset? Enjoy. Just that touch of salt brings perfection into something new. Dillinger's broth is really one of a kind. Of all the lands and the skies that I've flown, well, like I said, Dillinger's broth is it's home. I'll think on it. Treacherous, inadequate team. Dubious cargo. There isn't a whole lot to like about the offer, and beg your pardon, but I don't know you. I only work with those I trust or those my friends trust. Yes, I know him. I have some beef rounds that he made. Oleg. If Oleg vouches for you, then I can consider it. He's a man of few words. Oleg. No, he wasn't always a butcher. No. He was a scavenger a long time ago. Him and Dillinger and two others, when they were very young, had a little ring. If you needed goods smuggled through Adrian border, they were the guys to go to. All like so many of us, had his share of tragedy. He used to be the carefree spirit. If there was a party or a tavern, you would find Oleg Richards, usually laying face down on the floor amongst the sawdust. His wife, she was a remarkable woman, a sniper in the Clay War. Yeah, she was one of the few. Incredibly talented, voracious individual. And like so many, she never made it back from the clay. Oleg was never the same again. How he ended up in the butcher shop, I don't know. He takes solace in preparing good food, good cuts of meat. His beef rounds are twice the size they need to be. Twice the size of Dillinger's bread rolls, I might add. But he makes them from two kinds of beef. The, what are they called? The Isle of Morin. 2 clicks from here. Grain-fed cows only. He has them shipped from Morin, and he combines them. No. Right across the way. The Hazuki cows. The marbling fat. He combines that meat with the Isle of Morin cows, and it makes for this beautiful beef round. Truly, quite beautiful. Fry it up. Little cheese. You know Agnes? Yeah. Almost all the dairy comes from her. Courtesy of Oleg. Beautifully marbled. Fry it up. A little rubbing salt. With Dillinger's bread rolls. Only takes a few minutes to cook. I have 2. I'm happy to share. And then we can talk business. I'm curious about this map. Let me have a look. When did you come by this? It's old. I'll need to look at this again. Maybe over coffee. Let me cook the beef round. You're finished. Thank you. Like always says, the secret to cooking the perfect beef round, two things. The salt added to Dillinger's. Calls it a rubbing salt. And beef tallow. Beautiful. Just a little bit. Excellent. I'll fire up the pan. And in the meantime, rub a little salt into the beef. Good. Some people are more concerned than others about such things, but excellent. We don't want it too hot. Just a touch more. We don't want it too hot. And unlike some of the flanks, we don't want it to cook too fast. Here, a little sizzle here. We're only salting one side. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. once more. I think we're almost done. Beautiful. Let me serve this up for you. Enjoy. So, look at the steam. Beautiful. Really, quite delicious. The beef tallow, at least according to Oleg, provides the perfect foundation for the ultimate beef round. Let's steam. Allow me to brew some tea. One cannot have beef round on bread without some tea. So please, enlighten me as to how you came by this map. Start up the fire. So, you apparently won this map and a game of cards. I'll admit it's not without its originality. If you wanted a game of cards, tell me, what was the stake from you? I want to know the value, alleged value, of this map. We're boiling already. Tell me though, if you were willing to put so much up on a game of cards, what would have happened had you lost? If you had lost the card game and you had wagered seemingly everything to your name, what would you have done then? An honorable individual. And this woman that you won this seemingly invaluable map to, from, where might I find her to corroborate your story? Very well. Here's what we'll do. We'll share the tea. I'll ask a couple of more questions. And then we'll reconvene with the map and my spyglass. And then we'll see. Then we'll see if this can be done. Because if we have to pass through 2 of those regions, then it won't be without incident. Cheers. That tea is flown from Marina. You've never been to Marina. Marina is the land of the waterfalls. The tea is planted low, and the irrigation comes from a series of growingly larger waterfalls. opulence, it's regal. And it makes for the most perfect tea. You might have heard of its sistering nation. No. One, maybe 2 clicks across. Beautiful. It's called Haldoid. Haldoid you've heard of. Well, I said you can travel for a click and a half, and you'll find waterfall paradise. When did you want to set out? No can do. I'm roaded for the next 3.5 weeks. I don't think I'm going to try to make that run between shifts. Next moon I can do. That I could do. Once I've looked at the map, then we can discuss my fee. I'm not interested in a percentage of nothing. What I choose to do with my wealth is for me. At the foot of the valley, you saw 2 buildings, one just nearing completion. One is an orphanage, the other is school. Building a school independently in this world is expensive. My reasons are my own. Would you like a refill? Of course. Well, thank you for making the trip up here. My pleasure. Let's reconvene with the map. I'll peruse and give you my final decision. But I make no promises. Even if Oleg vouches for you. And this woman corroborates your version of you obtaining the map. I still have my reservations. Come and see me tonight. I look forward to it. I cannot promise the same level of hospitality, but I will give you your decision. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for indulging my mistrust. Now I will admit on first glances I'm surprised. you mentioned were Laichai and Genjai. Now these I am familiar with to an extent, but I must say Genjai or Genji is a place of particular malice. This symbol, the arrow, into a symbol that's called crossfire. It's the crest of the Genji. Anyone entering their land not sporting this emblem will be attacked on sight. Now, from what you have told me of the map, and been deliberately vague on what this treasure is, all I could do is suggest a course. Genji have had a blood feud with Lichi for, I think, 6 generations. This little marker here is what drew my eye. It is said that there's a place of great worship. This site here was once Laichi, and 300 years ago the land was redivided. However, due to the mountain pass and the walled vale of burial, landing on the Chenchi beach, or the Laichi beach, is not possible. The map does a relatively poor job of depicting the currents, both sea and wind currents. If a Skypilot was to maneuver something like Kimset with its large hull in this ravine, it'll be gusted and buffeted. Trying to approach from the south. Here is simply not possible. Trying to land the ship in Burial, again, not possible. This landlock is a huge warrior citadel with 7 walls. They cannot be bought nor traded. This is all rocky encampment. Flying in from the south is impossible. Flying in from the east, impossible. Now you're wondering, what exactly can we do? The 3 snakes of Suma. Here, the 3 snakes of Suma make reference to a zip line, for want of a better word. It's more of a pulley system for exchanging goods. This expanse here isn't quite as wide as it might seem on the map. In fact, Suma is much closer. And there is, in fact, a wire that connects these 2 lands. What I would suggest, if you have the coin, here, that little mountain pass, it's called Table Mountain. Table Mountain. We could land a Kimset here, but in order to approach, we need a southeasterly approach. Here, we have to stay to the right-hand side of this mountain pass. There are archer towers, pinset towers, fire 12-foot arrows, any craft attempting to land here. You must understand this is an incredibly hostile area. If we approach southeast at this point here, we have to stay to the right, guarded by this coastal pass from these arrow slingers that belong to Palm. Landing on Palm from the south is not an option. In fact, the temple of the Zaragoza is said to be located in Palm. And there is no amount you could pay me to land on the site of the Zaragoza. Accessing from PA Camp still leads you to the Seven-Walled Citadel. This is no go. But supposing we're able to land on Tabletop Mountain. Here. We could pay, you could pay an eye-watering sum of money to Summa to allow passage, one-time passage, to the lands of Lychee. Supposing that impossible was possible, they accepted your sum, they accepted your offering. We ride the cable car, and I can't guarantee the safety or the integrity of this line. It's used for small goods, oils and silk sometimes. But landing here will be met by a force of no less than 400 men, well trained, arrows pointed on us from before the gate even opens. Supposing you were able to talk your way out of the lift into the Lychee lands, then you still need to cross the divide to get to the Genji temple. And even now you won't tell me what it is that you seek. But you can guarantee, if you are taking something from Genji to Lychee, we'll want to know of it. Worse still, we'll probably demand a share of it. And the only way back is along the same cable car. I will remain here. The motor's warm, ready to take off at a moment's notice. And it's not beyond the realms of impossibility that I come under attack from roving bandits here. In rare cases, I've seen poem raiding parties enter in to Skypilot lands. Of all the Galapagos Island, of all of this area, this is the only peaceful nation. If by some miracle you're able to enter the temple, take whatever it is you're looking for, make it back to Lychee lands, take the cable car back. And even then, if you make it back to me, the exit from here well, it still has risk. If Poem see us flying in, they might mobilize. Expect to see 3 or 4 galleys firing missiles of some kind at us from this stretch of water. It is fraught with peril, and I'm not sure there's a treasure alive that warrants the risk you would be taking. But if you are determined on this path, this is your route. Kimsit, shielding the coastal line on tabletop, making some eye-watering sum of an offer to Suma for use of the cable car. Landing in the Lychee lands, convincing them to let you exit, that you mean no harm, that you're an enemy of the Genji. Maneuver the border crossing, make your way into the temple. And I have never been to this site. I have no information as to what you can expect on the perimeter or even inside the temple. Myth, a rumor says that it is guarded by strange beasts, meldings between human and animal, retaining intellect of the human and the brute strength and the ferocity of the beast. I can't speak to the validity of these myths, but there are men and women I trust that have been to this dark side, never to have returned. It is your choice. I can get you to tabletop, but from there you're on your own, and I won't wait more than 2 days. The Suma have a law that states anyone that is fortunate enough to be granted access to their lands may only seek 3 days of hospitality before entering into a blood feud. Archaic as that might sound, that is their way. If you want to find a pilot to fly from the south across these gusts, find yourself another man, because I know what the Kimsit is capable of. If it has to be a Kimsit with a large hull, how do you intend to transport whatever you find here along this cargo line? I understand that the less I know, the better. 2 days. I wait here for 2 days. After that, I'm gone. And I will keep the ship, for she is mighty. Treyarch did well with the Kimsit. I'd very much like to own one. Now my fee, to fly you in, avoiding the missile launchers, landing on tabletop and waiting there for 2 days. 600 gold pieces. You drive a hard bargain. 300 up front. I wait for 2 days and leave with the 300. If you make it back, we load the cargo and we still make it out alive. You pay me the remaining 300. Excellent. You have yourself a deal. yourself. Skypilot. Get back to me with a date.